Hello, everyone, and welcome to ROKStudios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm the PR and Analyst Relations Manager with Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region. And I'm here with Rob MacKenzie. He's the Corporate Director of Sales Excellence at Endress+Hauser Group. Rob, welcome.
Hi, Stan.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation. Good.
So we're here today to talk about putting the right data in front of the right people. But before we get into the topic, obviously, Endress+Hauser is a leader in its field, but let's just give our audience a quick level set of the company.
Yeah, thanks for the question. We're very excited. Endress+Hauser, we're 70 years old this year. Still a family-owned business in Switzerland, owned by the Endress family, based out of a small town called Rheinach, which is just outside of Basel in Switzerland. We reached a new milestone in 2022. We exceeded 3 billion euros in sales of instrumentation. So really, really exciting time for us at the moment.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's get to the topic at hand. So as manufacturers focus on the energy transition, what role does data play in helping this process happen smoothly?
Stan, yeah, it's a very exciting time, I think, in the process industry, this topic of energy transition. And I think it connects very closely to the subject of sustainability, I saw a presentation recently from Accenture where they said in there that to be sustainable, we need more automation. I think this is very important. We need to measure more things. We need to be more accurate in our measurement, and we need to use data to learn more about our processes so that we can improve them, so that we can continuously increase efficiencies, reduce waste, basically create this story to make our industry of process management more sustainable.
It's a great point. Let's talk about data. How can data bottlenecks be avoided?
So there's a big challenge. The more data we produce, the more difficult it is to move it around. So we have to be, and your typical control network of the past, where we used to pass flow information or drive speeds to the control system in order to control the plant, are not sufficient to communicate all the data that we need in the future. So we need to think about how do we communicate data in a parallel way through gateways, through edge devices, and so on, so to not overload the control network that needs to run the plant today. And the data that we use for optimization and simulation and so on and so forth, or maintenance, can be sent to other places and utilized at the time that's needed there.
Makes sense. How do manufacturers make sure that the right data is being put in front of the right people?
You need a good data strategy from the beginning, okay? You need to think about where is the data being produced and where does it need to be consumed. And often the consumption might take place in several different places. You might have a CMMS where you need your maintenance data to be. You have your manufacturing execution system, which might need a certain amount of data. You have your simulation systems, which will need data. And so your data strategy needs to be set up very carefully right from the beginning.
Makes sense. What are some of the benefits, either process or sustainability based, that can happen as a result of what you just described?
Improved efficiencies, better productivity. That must be our goal at the end. Less waste. How do we use less energy, but also waste less energy and produce less wasted product, use less water and so on. And all of this can be done through understanding our processes better. Exactly what is happening inside the process. Not only the flow, maybe, which is needed to control a certain filling activity or something like that, but also the condition of the flow, which you can measure using intelligent instruments today. What's happening inside the flow meter or inside the pipe. Are we seeing buildups or anything like that that could impact on productivity in the future? This is typically not information that's needed in a DCS system, but it is information that through artificial intelligence and machine learning, we could predict how better to control the plant in the future.
Rob, from your perspective, how do you see Rockwell Automation and Endress+Hauser helping companies realize these types of benefits through digitalization?
Yeah, we've worked with Rockwell now for, I think, about 18 years in our integration partnership that we have. And we started off with simple things like how do we make it easier to integrate a flow meter into a Rockwell automation system. The future is about that we're talking about now is how do we integrate at the cloud level. Okay, so for example, how do we get this intelligent instrument data which we have sitting in our cloud system into, for example, the fixed CMMS? How do we make it easier for the maintenance person on the plant to understand how can I maybe increase the cycle time of my calibration activities? If we can increase the period between calibrations of flow meters from the typical 12 months, everyone says, okay, it's 12 months is up, we have to calibrate the flow meter, but the flow meter actually knows whether it needs to be calibrated or not. We have the intelligence now inside the flow meter. And if you can extend that and extend plant shutdowns for longer, there are many ways that we can make plants more efficient. And this is something I think that we, together with Rockwell, are thinking about a lot at the moment.
Some really good points, particularly when we're talking about cloud. That's really exciting stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, Rob, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today. It's been
a
such
real pleasure.
An enjoyable discussion.
Yeah. Thank you, Stan. Good.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about Rockwell Automation and Endress+Hauser, visit www.rockwellautomation.com.